What's up, boys and girls? It's been a while, and I'm going to go on a bit of a rant, and I will probably swear, so if you don't like that, you can just turn it off. I completely understand. So, reason for my emergence from this hiatus that I've had from making any sort of videos is due to frustration. That is being more specific to religion. I have many friends and family of many different faiths, going from, Mormons, Satanists, Christians, Catholics, Jews, Muslims, agnostic, atheist, a wide variety. I've grown up in, several religions now. And this debate that I see more so within this country of the United States is that Islam is this religion based on the sword, that Muhammad was this pedophile, this piece of shit, and that everyone's being told to kill us, and all this other crap, and every religion hates each other. Christians will hate Muslims will hate Christians, this and that. And I want to try and do my best to relay it in a way that people understand what the hell religion is today, where it was then, and why people think the way that they do and think that they're right even though they're wrong. And I will say that people who think that any religion is there based out of hate is wrong. You are just wrong, and you're being ignorant. I will tell you that. Even the Church of Satanism isn't about harming others per se. It's more self-centered and an eye for an eye. That's more the basis of it. Other bits into it, which I haven't read enough into, it's not just saying like, oh, you just need to kill those people. No. So, with that, most all religions, apart from maybe that one, they are not based off of hate or hurting others. What people tend to mess up in is that they think of religion in today versus what it originally was. So, for instance, with Islam, what people see it today in the Western world is that Islam, I'm going to start with that one. People think it is this hateful religion, and that its followers, mainly in the Middle East, are taught to kill Christians and kill the Western world and all of that, and these other people who call themselves Christians think that is the religion. They think that is Islam, and it's not. Okay, I'm going to go back with the origins of it a little bit more. So, Muhammad, the religion was started over, I don't want to say it was started over time, but it developed over time. And the teachings taught how to get along with your neighbors, no matter the religion, to worship in the same, roof. Basically the golden rule, be kind to others and this and that. Muslims got along with Jews and Christians. That was taught within the Quran, was that, Judaism and Christianity came first, and you were supposed to also believe in those teachings, not cast them aside and proclaim war on these other religions. That's not what the Quran teaches you. That's not what Muhammad was teaching. That's not how, Jesus was teaching, or Moses, or anything like that. No one said to wage war on others. What they said was basically defend yourself and not wage war in the name of a religion, but to defend yourself, basically. Common sense, people. Back then, in the words of like Reza Aslan, you could not, have a sit down like Gandhi and expect like the Roman Empire to just be like, okay, you guys win, we'll leave. No, you had to fight. The fuck else do you think was going to happen? So the basis is that, you get along with other religions. There was no war on Christianity in Islam. What happened was that after the death of Muhammad, you had two different schools of thought with that. Half of the people wanted his family to be this religious leader, and another half wanted some other member to be this leader, and it got political. The same thing with the Christian church, the same thing with Judaism. It gets political from its origins, and that's where you have things today, different teachings, different ideas, different interpretations. It's not the origin. It's a skewed piece of shit. And then people think that is the religion. No, it's politics that fucking waged itself over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and we get where we're at today, where people think fucking Christmas is about Jesus. It has nothing to do with that. It's a paganistic holiday based on Yule. Christmas has nothing to fucking do with Christianity or Islam or Judaism. It's fucking pagan. So these idiots that say put Christ back in Christmas, you're fucking wrong. Straight up. Easter, another pagan religion. You think it's Christian. It's not. You're a fucking idiot. Let's see. What else? People think that Muhammad was a pedophile. Yes, he was betrothed. An 8 or 9-year-old, I can't remember her name. And then they consummated everything after puberty, which was normal back then. It's not that he was a pedophile. You know how many people, high up royalty was betrothed some minor? Tons. Do you call them pedophiles? No. You're fucking being hypocritical when you say shit like that, because you just want to say something that is in your ideas, within your beliefs, because everyone else that you talk to is in agreement with it because they haven't done their fucking research. How about this? You can talk shit to me when you actually go to Israel, you go to Zion, you speak to the real Israelites, and see what I saw, read what I read, and then we can have a conversation. Until then, you guys can shut the fuck up because you're just bigoted, ignorant pieces of shit. I'm acting like I'm ignorant and such because I'm angry and pissed off because of all this falsehoods that's going around, all these people spewing this shit. But here's the thing, I will read things from the Torah, I will read things from the Bible, I will read things from the Quran, I will listen to all these religions and piece them together, because you're supposed to use them as a whole, and you're supposed to break it down more simply. You're not supposed to freaking say, oh, they said this, so I need to hate this group of people, I'm supposed to do that. No, you're being an idiot, and you just want to hear what you want to hear. You're taking what you want to take from it. You're not fucking listening. Bit of a rant there, sorry. But you can see my point, you can see my frustration right now. I am human. Humans ruined religion. That's what happened. Why do you think there's freaking so many different sects in every different religion? There's so many different schools of thought, so many different interpretations. It's because man has had a different interpretation than the other man. And they branch off from the origin of the religion. And it fucks shit all up. You can go and quote some verse from the Bible, and then you can quote another verse from the Bible, and it will fucking contradict itself. These books that most people read have been skewed by man themselves. They have been edited by man themselves. There are missing pieces to them, and people want to take them as the complete and total word 100%. No, you got to listen to them all and be a good human being and go within reason. You can't just freaking do the things that you're doing and think that you're right, because you're not. Freaking what else? Because I'm going off topic now. And yes, this is fueled based on comments from friends of mine, because they're being ignorant and they're not listening. They just want to say, oh, this religion is terrible because this and this. You're not fucking reading into it. you're painting things with a brush. Okay? The reason, Alpha. The reason, the world is the way that it is right now is primarily political. Okay? Think of it this way. All right, for an easy example, put yourself in a position where you grew up in the Middle East, right? And you grew up with war around you. And who are you at war with? You are at war with the Western world because there's troops there, shit's blowing up, and you're not that educated, so you're just being taught this hateful speech from someone that sees it from the eyes of a native where they're just getting killed and they're at war all the time. Yeah, you're gonna grow up and hate those other people and want to kill them too. You know, think of how you think of a group that you hate. How did you get there? It's like, oh, because they did this. Okay, why did they do that? Oh, because, you know, America fucked shit up and got involved politically and financially, and now we have this mess because we started it, basically. You gotta fucking think realistically. Human beings usually don't do something bad to another unless there's a reason. Now, some people are psychotic in the head, and there's, you know, medical conditions for that. We can get into that later, because I just so happen to be in the medical field too. But most of the time, people don't do something bad like that without, you know, being provoked, without a reason. So you have to look at the reason, and that will help you understand why people do those things. I'm not saying it's right. Anyone who promotes violence on any other group or any one individual is a piece of shit, and I would defend that person, but I would not want to start anything. You know, you don't teach someone to be above the other person. You know, sticks and stones may break my bones, if you can't have self-discipline in the matter, if you can't control your emotions well enough. Kind of backtracking to where I was getting at originally was how man has screwed up religion, how the religion that we have today, the things that we read and all that, is not right. And also, when someone reads or sees something as quote-unquote proof, and they take it for proof. I'll give you an example, all right? There was a video I posted a while back. It wasn't mine. It was a link to a YouTube video on Mormons. What are you doing? You're driving slow as shit. Focus, lady. It was a video on Mormons about, like, top 10 things that, you know, the Mormon church doesn't want you to know, and this and that. And I was like, okay, you know, I read it, I posted it, and there was a whole uproar about it. And I was like, all right, why are these people saying these things? There has to be a reason. So I went into one of those top 10, you know, an easy one, where it said Joseph Smith, you know, their prophet, you know, murdered a guy, you know, shot a man, murdered him, and, you know, some friends and family were like, that's not true. You know, I was like, well, then why would they say that? Let's do the research together. And we spent a good, you know, 2 hours at least. 2 hours. I think it went longer, you know, doing research into this. I went onto the Mormons website. I went onto .edu sources, so colleges, universities that had proper publications of this. I went onto state sources. And basically what I figured out was this one guy was saying that Joseph Smith murdered a man. And what I got to what really happened was that, yes, he was handed a gun and he fired it, but there is no actual proof that one of these bodies found, you know, miles and miles away was caused by him. Maybe it's possible, but it's not. There's not proof. That's not fully proof. So it just goes to show that even though someone is making something that seems true, take it for face value and do your own damn research and use proper freaking sources, people. Not biased bullshit websites. Go into a library, read a book, go into the index catalog. Find, articles written by, proper scholars that is their job, and find several articles on that one subject from several scholars, so then you can piece those together, because they will also have maybe slight different interpretations. So you piece those together, and then you use that. You use state documents, use any sort of pictures that you can that's official. You piece all these things together to get the real answer, not just from what someone says. That's why I say, that's why it gets me so angry when people say this shit. It's primarily with Islam, because I have family that's Muslim and all that. And I don't declare myself any one thing in particular, because I take from all of them. And when you people go to Zion, when you go to Israel, you actually see this, you'll understand what I'm saying. Me just saying it, in a slight rage isn't going to do you any good. You're just going to be like, oh, you're an idiot. I know what I'm doing. I've been reading this for years and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're reading it fucking wrong. And that's a fact. All right? I'm telling you right now, go there. Talk to the real Israelites. And you will see in your own Bible. You can bring your own Bible. You'll see in your own Bible, in the Quran, in even the Book of Mormon, in the Torah, all this stuff. You will see how they all line up, and you will physically see what they're talking about. And you'll see that there is not a difference between these religions. It is not about one religion versus the other. It's about humanity and being a good person. And when you start putting blanket statements over a group of people, when you start just being ignorant and biased and bigoted towards, a group of people, or, it doesn't help. And it shows how immature you are and how idiotic you are. If you want to say something like, Muhammad was a pedophile, for instance, show me the facts. Because I've done the research, and I've listened to scholars who are unbiased on it, and in accordance with, history and, naturally how things are. He was betrothed, a young woman. They didn't have sex until puberty. That is what they did back in the day. It's pretty damn simple. It's not like, oh, he took this girl, fucked her, and, he's a pedophile and all that. You're taking things way out of context. You're not looking at history. You're not looking at what was most likely to happen. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're an idiot. So there's my main rant done, because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people just spewing this shit. This is family. This is friends. This is not just that one person in particular. When you show me that you can do some proper research and I don't have to fix that shit. Another example is when someone posts abortion is the highest murder in the world, and I have to go and fix it and explain to you how false that is. That shows me that you are incapable of doing proper research. Okay? And I'll do one more example with that. Okay? So that was posted, 2018. Abortion is the highest cause of death in the world. I'm like, okay, that seems a bit unlikely. So let me go into this. Let me find the website. So I found the website, and it has this world calculator of things that just add up. And I'm like, all right, so where are they getting this source? In this case in particular, it was more World Health Organization. I'm like, okay. So I go into there, I figure out how they get their numbers, and they basically, and this was the beginning of this year, 2019. They said 2018, highest deaths was from abortion. How the hell are you going to get that number within a week of it being 2019? Highly unlikely. So I figured it out. They basically gather all this information, and they have numbers from a few years ago that are constant, and then they have projected numbers. Okay? So 2018, that's not a factual number that they posted, it's a projection. And then another thing is that within abortion, they also add in miscarriages and anything like that, and they count those as abortions. Do you know how many times I see at the hospital miscarriages? A shit ton. I see a ton of miscarriages, and they categorize those as abortions. So going back to the post of abortions being the highest death in 2018, that statement alone is false as fuck. And if you believe that, you're a fucking idiot. So that just goes to show, just breathe, Joe. I'm going on a rant. And when someone goes on a rant and they have emotion, they don't They're not thinking straight. So, with that, what you can take from this, even if you listened, what's up, Ryan? No, I'm making a video. Go. So what you can take from this is do your damn research properly, go to Zion, meet with these people, see what I saw, read what I read, stop being ignorant, okay? Because human nature is not to be aggressive, angry, war-hungry people. You know, people do things for a reason, all right? So, please, just open your mind, and listen. Actually listen. No, don't hear words, actually listen to what I'm saying with this, okay? And then you can come back to me, you're gonna be all pissed off and angry, I get it, whatever. Do that, and then we can talk, okay? Because how I see it is no religion pretty much is bad, okay? It's people, all right? Same thing with like racism. The whole race isn't bad. It's people, it's individuals. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole, and I'll call you out on that. But it's not because you're Christian or you're black or Asian or anything like that. No, it's because you're a piece of shit. All right? Have a good day, guys.